Is having a purpose important for brands today? Welcome to Chairmom Talks number 16 on having a purpose. The world has changed dramatically post-pandemic, and marketing, consumer habits, and product choices have all been affected big time. Attention span has shortened, preference and loyalty have gotten so tough because of so many product choices, evolving needs, and somehow the search for emotional connections have been stronger than ever. The fact is, consumers want to support brands that align with their values and beliefs and are willing to pay a premium for products and services that are aligned with a positive social or an environmental mission. So, these are reasons why today more and more brands feel the need of aligning with a purpose. Right, Gucci? So purpose distinctively sets a brand apart in a crowded marketplace in a noble way. And it ultimately becomes more relevant to people's lives. That's why it's so important. But what is brand purpose? Ikigai is a Japanese term for a reason for being. Brand purpose draws insight from this concept. Simon Sinek, my favorite expert, has a simple explanation for what is a brand purpose. He has this golden circle, and the outer circle is what he calls what your brand can do, the product or service that you sell. The next circle, the one inside, is how. How does the brand do it? Do you have a special process or a way of production, an ingredient that sets you apart from your competitors? The inner circle is the important one, and that is why. Why the brand does what it does. Why it's not about making profit or money. He says it's purpose. The why is the cause, the belief. It's why your brand exists, and I believe that too. This is like the ikigai, or the reason for your brand's being. And this somehow influences behavior because it touches the heart. So this is all good. Brand purpose is definitely a need for me if you want people to love your brand, right? But today, there's a lot of ongoing argument about brands having purpose, left and right, just to get consumers to buy them. They feel that, they're just adding it on to their comms just so people will somehow be loyal to them. Some are misaligned even with their brand benefit or with their brand equity. Some feel forced. So brands that are not totally genuine or trying too hard about their purpose face backlash from consumers. And we've seen this with many brands today, from Bud Light to Nike and so on and so forth. So when does brand purpose become a need and not just, let's say, an add-on luxury? Well, when it's done right. When the why or the ikigai is genuine and it comes from the heart, and when it flows seamlessly from what your brand really, really stands for. When it goes beyond purpose telling, just telling, it transcends to purpose doing with actions, So now brand purpose sometimes becomes a luxury to companies when they do not understand their brand's why. They just go ahead and, they look for trends. So don't go for trends. It doesn't work when you just take on a cause just because it's trending or the Gen Zs love it or it's really popular among your target audience. Don't force it when it's not real. It's a waste of resources. It is expensive too to be, running campaigns for this. So you have to let your company believe it, really. So some brands face some of examples of some forced communications are a lot, but don't do it if your company isn't committed to, because this requires a long-term commitment and a willingness to invest. There are a lot of initiatives that you can get into that may not yield immediate financial returns. So usually bigger brands have this. But brand purpose is a need for me because it adds value, not just to the lives of consumers, but to society as a whole. And sometimes it changes the world. It shows your consumers that you're not just your products and services. You go beyond that. And it's bigger than just turning into a profit, as I've said earlier. Another one is it's a unique brand purpose can actually differentiate you from the other brands in your category or from your competition. It will also help your brand gain and maintain support, loyalty, and trust in this culture of, this cancel culture, right? And toxic digital world. But of course, you need to remember some things. And for me, these three things are important. You have to be real and transparent about your actions and your beliefs to really actively work to make a positive impact. Number two, have a clear purpose to help your brand stand out and build a stronger emotional connections to your consumers. Number three, be responsive and honest. You hate brands who don't answer your queries, right? So consumers now are more vocal about their opinions and can easily use social media to share their positive or negative experiences about your brand, which can significantly impact your sales and your reputation. So you better answer and not ignore. So personally, having a purpose is important in building a brand. You start asking why today. Why does your brand exist? Then start with purpose telling, your messaging, evolve into purpose doing and making your whole company back it up. And then later on, purpose being as the world changes, we need more and more brands that genuinely care for people beyond making a sale.